Alright, so a lot of y'all seen what I did to my X3. I put push to torque and horn on it. I still haven't finished wiring it up, but I wanted to go ahead today and go ahead and get started wiring up the balance of my Commander. Wanted to put a PTT and a horn button in, and so I found this unit for, I want to say it was 39 bucks online, and so it comes in two pieces. I bought these switches on Amazon, I believe. Yeah, Amazon. These are 16 millimeter waterproof, and so I replaced the ones that came in the package, which, excuse the mess, came with it. Here's the wiring kit that came with it, and screws that came with it, and everything. And so I just get rid of those switches. They looked real cheap for the inside of a car. They didn't look waterproof, so I went ahead and ordered these waterproof. So these are going to line up just perfect, and I'm going to be able to put my PTT and my horn button in. I bought this cable online. I actually cut it in half. I'm using half of it for my Commander and half of it for my X3 to wrap around the steering wheel, so that when you, of course, turn, you're going to get that flex in there, and you're not going to be busting wires when you're going crazy on the trails. So that's what I'm up to. That's what's going in now. I've already pre-wired these. I've still got to hook in my other two horn wires and slide this down and seal her up. And I'm in good shape. I've already pre-tested it, so the PTT does work. And then I will finish putting in the rest of my equipment. My waterproof unit, I had to kind of finagle this metal. It looks like crap, I know. I'm going to seal that up with some silicone, black silicone, once I get it in place. So that's ready to go back in the unit. I'd already had it in and cut holes, but these radios don't last unless they're waterproof. These VHF radios, they really don't. I've not had any problems with my intercoms, but I think I'm on radio number 3 in these units, so I went ahead and spent the extra money and got a waterproof unit, 25 water, one of them from Rugged Radios and one of them from TYT that's identical to the Rugged Radios, that I wired up and saved myself $125 myself, so that we wouldn't have to spend another $50 on a cable that that retrofits, but they don't even make it yet. I don't know that Rugged really wants us to know about that yet, and I understand. They're in business to make money. So these are going back in today, and I'll be cleaning this ride up. Notice what I had done before. I've already got my Razor back in, my stereo in, and horn button's going away, so that's going to give me something. I'm changing up some of my lights. One of my next things I'm going to do is I am going to be putting a reverse light switch in, like I did in my X3, but I'm not going to spend all that money to buy the kit. I didn't see that they really make one. Some guys are out there online, so I've got the roller switches coming in to practice on it and see if I can't put that in pretty quick. All it'll be is just taking my rear reverse light, wherever that's at these days, and there, and just taking the wires and hooking them up to that switch, and we're golden. And you can always keep your switch in place and run separate wires if you still want to manually be able to turn that on. Me, I rarely need to manually turn it on. I just know every time I go in reverse, it's nice for people to know that are riding behind you, you're in reverse. But at night, on the trails we ride on, it's pretty dangerous out there without some backup. You can roll back over a cliff, as we all know. I've had buddies do that. Anyway, that's a scoop, and I'll give you a video and finished product on it when I'm done. So here's an update of the steering wheel, PTT button install, and Rugged Radios install. As you can see, I've got my steering wheel in and my two buttons in. Got my radio in, still haven't sealed it up. Still have a mess in here. but I will finish it up. I'm kind of leaving it apart before I clean it up. I'm still waiting for my pressure switch to come in so that I could go ahead while I've got it torn apart, because you know how big of a pain in the butt it is to take all these panels off of a Commander or a regular Maverick. Anyway, I'm waiting for that switch to come in before I do too much more. I'm getting rid of my horn switch there, of course, and I'm moving it to my button here. That's what this is all about. And putting in a couple of new on-off switches so that I can use two different lighting systems. And when you're running your lights, your big bar lights behind somebody at night, of course, that just blows them away. They can't see a thing but with you doing that behind them. So I'm putting in some smaller running lights on this unit, and then I'll use a two-part switch, on, then on again. So I'll switch to my small light bars or small light units. Actually, they'll look just sort of like these, only a little bit larger. Then they'll go on the front, and I'll turn those on first and then push the button again. That way you're not, if you think about it, you're not wasting multiple buttons and taking up valuable rocker switch space in your rides. If you can take one switch and make it a dual switch, i.e. on, off, on, if it's something you don't need on at the same time, lower thing, we'll do the backlights, up position, on, off in the middle. Just search for that on eBay or on even Amazon. So it would be off, on if you wanted to go to an on position for one set of lights and then go on again to do all the lights. Or you can do an on, off, i.e. the off position will be in the middle, sort of like your winch, but it stays in the middle, and so you can rocker it back and forth. And then you have momentary ons, i.e. for like the horn buttons and things. So what I was trying to find too, I've got a washer wiper coming. I'm going to also try to put a washer wiper kit on this unit as well, and see how it works on my X3 first. And so I'm going to put a washer wiper that I've done on the cheap together for both these units. If they work out, I'll show you all a video how to do that. So I have found a couple of switches where I could do wiper, then washer, and I'm still looking for a momentary on for the washer so that it doesn't stay on. But at the end of the day, I'll be happy with just a moment, you know, a on, off, on for washer wiper. Found that already, and I'll be putting that in too. Anyway, last tip. Some of you notice I got some real nice bright light in here. Yeah, the secret to working on your ride, because you always have your roofs on most of the time, is enough light. So I thought, well, what the heck. Costco had, and you can see it over there, a bunch of LED shop lights on sale for $19.95 or something like that about a month ago. So I bought about 4 or 5 of them to use and started to put them up. But then I thought, what a great way to work on the inside of my ride. So I used some of the hangers that I got for $9 for 20 of them and made a little hanger here. So what better way than, I mean, you could put bungee cords and bungee them over and slide them forward, get some more light forward. But the idea of using this, and these LEDs are pretty hard to break, and you don't worry about them like you would a fluorescent, pop it in your head, and gas is all over you. It's seeming to work out pretty good for me to working on my ride. So another great tip, inexpensive. This actually comes with its own power cord and pull string. And notice it also comes to be able to link it up to other ones in your shop too. So for the money, man, you can put these in your garage shop and then keep a couple of one on the side here to hang in your ride when you're working. Have a good day, guys.